Today's making sense question: can I just pay my employees via Venmo? That brings up a lot of considerations for us to consider. So first off, number one, when you say employees, you have to have a delineation between what is an employee versus what is a contractor. The IRS has specific guidance on who should be considered an employee, who should be considered a contractor. And before we get into the conversation about Venmo, we need to make sure that we're explicit about that, right? At the end of the day, really, it's about control, oversight of work, control of working hours, et cetera. If they are that, or if you have that over your specific employee, they probably should be more of an employee, a W-2 employee versus a contractor, which is more of a 1099 situation. With all that being said, once you figure out which course of operation or which basically decision you're making on these specific employees, if they are a W-2 employee, you should definitely pay them through a payroll system via direct deposit. It just works out better. Gusto is the one that we prefer. It's fantastic. It's awesome. Great for small businesses. If you're a contractor, or if your people are actually contractors, you need to 1099 them, you don't need to pay them through a payroll service, but you do need to get a W-9 from them that then helps lead you into a 1099 to be sent to them in January. So going back to the question of Venmo, yes, you can pay them via Venmo if you would like, for sake of paying them and it's easier for them from an operation standpoint. I don't think it's very scalable, but let's say you have a contract and you owe them $200. You can pay them $200 via Venmo. You just need to ensure in your accounting system, i.e. QuickBooks Online, that the payment outflow is coded to that vendor, that contractor, and that amount, and then that dollar amounts go into the 1099 that is processed at year end or sent to them at year end. So it's if it's ease of operation in terms of paying them, that's fine, but ensure your record keeping and bookkeeping is properly up to date behind the scenes. From a payroll perspective, if they're W-2 employees, I would recommend just getting like a Gusto account set up, getting you squared away. And then once you pay them the amount, just have a direct deposit in their account, and then Gusto will handle all of the taxes, filings, et cetera. And it's just easier operation. So at the end of the day, you can pay your employees via Venmo, although I really wouldn't recommend it. It's not very scalable, but I wouldn't do W-2 employees. I would pay contractors via Venmo, assuming you have sufficient record keeping or bookkeeping behind the scenes. Hope you learned a few things from that answer and response today. Thanks for listening to Making Sense.